Okay, here we go. James Maduke speaking, trainingsites.io. And in this video, I'm here to help you out. If you have a side hustle, you're thinking about a side hustle, I'm here to help you out, kind of boost your income and your sales around that particular marketing activity, sales activity, the little side hustle you need to earn some extra income. I'm going to show you how to use ChatGPT and Claude to grow your business. Now, what I'm not talking about is what side hustle you should do, but more importantly, if you've found one or you're thinking about one and you want to flush out or get a real good picture of what it's really going to take to earn some money or grow some additional income from it, that's what this is about. And we're going to do it with ChatGPT, and I'm going to go through a simple framework called Gear. I'm going to introduce you to this framework called Gear that I put together. And it's something that you can use, apply to your side hustle, and it's going to make a big difference on how much money you earn. Now, just to put this in a little bit of background, if you go and do a search and you try and find out and say, how many people over 40 are looking to start or have a side hustle? What I found recently was you're looking at 40 to 50% of people over 40 years old are looking to start or who have already started a side hustle. So you're not alone if you're trying to figure out how to create some extra income, or you need a little extra income, or you just want to have fun sharing your experiences and things that you've done in the past. You're looking at almost half the population is doing what you're doing. So that's one thing. The second thing is that if you look at kinds of side hustles or things that actually get done or focused on for a lot of people, you'll see that most of them, or the ones that are the most popular, are the online ones. So what I'm talking about here is if you're thinking about, you go, hey, I want to take advantage of my expertise, or I have a particular skill. There's tons of people are doing online consulting and online teaching. Because, hey, you're 40 to 60 years old, you've been around the track a couple times, you've got some great experiences to share, and kind of getting something set up that fits into that experience and being able to share that online, that's a great side hustle. A lot of people focus on that one. The other one you'll see a lot of people doing is they'll be doing on Fiverr or Upwork, where they'll do a specific task that they're good at and offer it as a freelancer. So again, you may have a skill again and you want to just earn some extra money on the side, and you go, well, I want to use one of these marketplaces like Fiverr or Upwork and basically bill out my time sharing what I do or doing that task that I'm really experienced at. So that's another side hustle that you find people talking about. The other ones that are really popular, if people will talk about doing something called drop shipping, or affiliate marketing or e-commerce, when you actually are selling stuff online, whether it's stuff that's your own, stuff that you are taking orders for but having someone else ship, or more importantly, ones that you are referring as an affiliate and earning some extra income. So it's about creating content, teaching people online, and managing the purchase. Those are side hustles that usually happen. So I'm not talking about picking one. What happens if you have one? You've decided on one. How are we going to use ChatGPT to help you market that and build it so you can grow some income? You know, having a side hustle isn't easy. It is a business, and you've got to treat it as such if you want to earn some money at it. Some of it's just for fun. If you want to pass some time, pick up stuff on the go, that's fine. But if you really want to grow it, you're going to have to do it. So what is Gear? How does it work? Just to give you the acronyms and how it sort of fits together. Think of this, first of all, is G is for gear. So you're going to use ChatGPT to go through complex processes. For example, guide me through creating a marketing plan for my homemade jewelry business, or something along those lines. That's G. So you got to figure out how to do something in your business. That's what the G is for. The second one, E, is for explore. So what you're going to do is you're going to ask ChatGPT with a special kind of prompt. And what that prompt is about is expanding the picture so that you have an idea of all the possibilities that are available, so you can pick and choose from them. So let's explore different ways to increase my sales or my leads for my online business, or for my tutoring service, or for my coaching service, or my freelance service. A is for assume. So that's the one where you're going to put someone else in someone else's shoes. So you're assuming a different role. And if you're trying to find marketing stuff, assume you're the role of an expert marketer. And this one is all about using different roles to gain different aspects or responses back from ChatGPT. And the final one, R, is for review, because if you get content from ChatGPT, you have to remember it's not perfect all of the time, nor are the answers that it's giving you and the ones that you should focus on. So you have to go back and review the responses that you've got, the ones that you've applied, and make sure that you can clean up what it is that you're getting from ChatGPT. Now, I talked about cleanup prompts in a previous video, and I'll put the link below if you haven't seen that one yet. There's a couple specific prompts that you can use. But the ones I want to focus on today is this whole idea of GEAR, G-E-A-R. So it's guide, explore, assume, and review. Now, the great thing is when you're doing these, remember, you're chatting to someone that's helping you out, a personal virtual assistant that has tons of experience, and we're just going to draw on that, right? Now, again, if you've been online a while or you've spent some time with some of the people who are teaching information about ChatGPT, you might have heard another acronym on how to create these prompts that get a response, and basically it's ACR. It works as ACR. Let me see if I can put this on my little pencil here, if we can get that to work today. So ACR, so the A is about action. Let's try this again. Action. There we go. So we're going to ask for an action. We want to ask for an action. The next thing we want to do is we want to make sure that again, this is the wording or the prompt that we use. The next thing we want to do is use context. So we want to make sure that the wording or the phrase that we use gives the context around the action that we want. And then the final one is you want to make sure that you tell ChatGPT what is the response that you're looking for. So we've got action, context, response. That's kind of the general kind of picture on this, right? But in many cases, that's not enough, because how does that fit into GEAR? And there's a couple things right at the start of the prompts, the GEAR prompts that I'm going to show you, that really makes it simple to be able to use this. So let's think of it this way. So let's say you have, I'll use an analogy, something that you can use to kind of understand how this fits in. So let's say, for example, you're doing a cooking show, or you want to cook a particular, what's the word? You want to cook something for the first time. You're thinking, how do I put this together? How do I make this particular thing? So the first thing is what you want to do if you're cooking something, it's like you want to guide the following, which is the following recipe. So you're going to say, guide me through, which is the action, making a perfect beef bourguignon, which is the context. And you're asking for the response is provide step-by-step instructions, including ingredient quantities, cooking times, etc. And you can put in as much as you want in the responses. But that's about the guide, right? So you've got to give it a guide up front. And ChatGPT will usually respond with a detailed step-by-step instructions on how to do that, because you gave it an action, a context, and a response. Now, think of it this way. You're cooking this, but you don't know what's in the fridge, right? So you open up the fridge and you got to look at what's in the fridge. It's given me a whole bunch of instructions on what to do, but you got to open the fridge and find out, what do I have to cook, right? So you're trying to get creative. You open the fridge, you open the pantry, and it's all over the place. So what you need to do is you're just going to say, let's explore, action. That's telling ChatGPT what to do. Let's explore. And it says, different dishes I could make, or how I can use these in my recipe that you've given me. So you're going to say, hey, look, let's explore. And you're also going to say, these are the things that I have. How can I use them? So it's all about expanding and making sure that the context around the ChatGPT instructions that you've given make a lot of sense, right? So after that, you've got your instructions. ChatGPT knows all the pieces that you have. You've looked at all the options that are available to you based on the stuff that you have to cook with. what you want to do is you just want to make sure it's the best possible recipe for you, and you want to make sure that you have everything that you need. So the next thing is you're going to assume, or use A in gear, and that assume is about assume the role of, and in this case, that's the action we're giving. The context, we're going to say, you're a 5-star Michelin chef. So you're putting ChatGPT in the role of something. And then what you're doing is you're saying, hey, give me some improvements, or how can I improve this particular recipe? Or how can I make this easier? Or how can I make this more fun? But you're given that basic kind of assume role where you're making sure that you're getting the best content back from ChatGPT. And the final one is you want to review it, right? So you're cooking your meal, you got your meal cooked, but you want to review it and give a taste test. And you're going to want to say, okay, review. So what you're going to review is you're going to go and say, review this recipe that we've done, or the result that we've got, and is there any way to improve it, or do you need any more information from me to improve what we've already done? And again, you want to clean these up. Nothing's perfect, but you're going to go through, guide, explore, assume the role, and review. Those are the things that you need to look at. And the nice thing is, if you just remember gear, but you also remember a couple of words at the start. The first one is guide me through. So if you're doing something, you're going to say, guide me through whatever you need to get that complex process. The next thing is let's explore. That's, again, to expand the ideas, the options that you have available to you based on what you're doing and where you are. Next one for A is assume the role. So you're saying, hey, you're the expert, act as if the expert. Let's get a clear picture of what's involved if an expert were to go and do this. And then review is just asking ChatGPT to review what the results are that it's given you, and more importantly, the instructions or responses it's given, and just clean it up and say, is this the best that you can do? Or is there any other information that you need from me to give a better response? So that's gear. And how do you fill this in, or what does this apply to in real life? So I put together a bunch of template libraries for you. I'll show those to you quickly just so that you can see them. And we'll go through, I'll open these up for you that you can see them. These are some of the prompts that we put together. The Gear Prompt Template Library. So I put some ones there that are chain of thought ones. Simple, guide me through the basic steps of. Or you want to get more complex, which is guide me through creating a comprehensive plan for marketing my business. Okay, include step-by-step instructions, potential obstacles, solutions, necessary resources, everything that's there. Explore, assume, review, they're all there. And where does this apply to you? If you're thinking, okay, great, I understand there's gear, I understand there's a couple words to focus on. Where does this actually apply? When can you actually do that? So the other thing I did is I said, you know what, let's take a look and see where this actually applies and how I can use it. So let's say you want to do market research, business planning, product service development, pricing strategy. These are all things that you're going to need to do with your side hustle. And maybe you don't have experience to do this. You're a brand new entrepreneur. You may have worked somewhere. You got a lot of experience, but there's a lot of other things that are involved than just actually doing the task. How do I create content for marketing? How do I give customer service? How do I manage my billing and time management? How do I build partnerships? So there's 10 there. And just to give you an example of, here's one here, number 5. So marketing promotion, you take a look at it. G, guide me through creating a social media marketing plan for my vintage clothing store, whatever business happens to be. Let's explore cost-effective marketing strategies for my local gardening service. Assume the role of a marketing expert. How can I make my podcast or my product or my service or my business stand out in a crowded market? Review this draft email or review this draft social media post for me and suggest improvements for me to get this particular result. So these are all kind of gear prompts and gear usage that you can use on any part of growing your side hustle. And this is really important because it can get overwhelming, right? You want to make sure that you can get something done quickly, that it makes sense to you, and it's something that you're comfortable with when you're chatting with ChatGPT. It's not about, I don't think it's about having a specific prompt that does everything. You have to have the appropriate prompt in the appropriate place and the appropriate part. And that's why I put gear together, just so it's something that you're kind of focusing on. So it doesn't matter if it's market research, any type of your side hustle, you'll be able to grow it better if you start using that gear prompt. Okay, so play around with that. Again, the templates are there for you. You have now the gears, apply the gears, use them in your business. So we've covered how to use a gear framework to use ChatGPT to build up your side hustle. This is just the tip of the iceberg. If you really want to get serious about this and how to use AI, I have a number of other videos that I've put together, and also we've also got, make sure we're on the right page here, I've got an AI course put together and a service where I'll work one-on-one with you to actually go and use these prompts and get started and figure out what it is that you need to do to build your side hustle, build a course, start your teaching business, build your affiliate marketing, everything to do with earning some extra money online. So make sure to go to that link. And again, if you haven't liked and subscribed to the channel, please do this. We do this on a regular basis. I do them every day, sometimes 2 a day. These are just live sessions that go, and I hope you had fun. My name is James. It's trainingsites.io, and we'll see you again hopefully tomorrow. If not, take care. Expect the best.